Hello, my name is Suzanne Bernier Robinson. Today we're at Promises to Keep for the second annual Health and Wellness Fair brought to you by the Greater Derry Londonderry Chamber of Commerce. I hope you're ready to find out the many ways we can keep our minds and body healthy. Hi, I'm here with Gail Migliozzi of Fitness for Life. Gail is she's the chair of the committee for this Health and Wellness Expo. Gail, it looks like this was a lot of work to put on. When did you start planning for this event?
We started after the last event last year, so we have a nice committee of people that participate to help us organize it.
Did you have any goals that you set early on for this expo?
I think we had an attendance goal. We were trying to make sure we had enough, not only vendors, but to have more participation. That was a big part of our goal. So we're working with the American Red Cross, which is right next door to us, to help share the participants that come in because they're used to promoting a lot of great events.
Were you looking to maybe get a wide assortment of vendors? Was that in mind? Or were there certain businesses that you wanted to make sure were represented here?
Well, the wellness spectrum is a large spectrum. It's not just the physical wellness or nutritional wellness. It goes further than that into environmental wellness and social wellness in a lot of different areas. So we have people representative of all different parts of the wellness spectrum, even financial wellness.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what is the attendance that you're hoping to get here today?
We hope to get about 200 people at least.
I think half of that showed up before 2 o'clock today.
It's funny how that happens.
They're very excited, and it's a great opportunity for people to find out about how they can keep themselves healthy physically, mentally, and financially. I think that's really important. Were you also considering different activities for families? Are there things for children here also?
Yes, we have a pretty neat thing called the Seatbelt Convincer for teen drivers to help them see what it's like and the possibilities of what can happen when you don't have a seatbelt on. We also have the local police department coming in and providing some services as well. And for adults, we have a variety of health screenings going on here today, free health screenings and on-site massage.
Oh, that's great. The massages are always wonderful. But also the screenings, is it for blood pressure? What are some of those screenings?
We have body fat, we have BMI, I believe we have blood pressure as well. So we hope that people come by and take advantage and learn some information to help them with their health.
Now, what is your company? You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. My company is Fitness for Life. I provide worksite wellness and health coaching services. So I go on site to a company and help them figure out what their number one health priority is so that they can show their employees they care and help them be healthier so that they are using the healthcare system less and ultimately costing the company less in healthcare expenditures.
And that's becoming really popular, isn't it?
There's definitely a trend with the amount of companies that are providing worksite wellness services. So besides helping to help the bottom line, there's a way to help improve the productivity of the employees. When they're on the job, they're healthier. Their morale is better. There's also less workman's compensation claims expenditures as well. So it's a lot of great benefits that have been shown over the last 30 years of data for worksite wellness. And it just makes good sense to have a healthy staff if you want to be competitive, especially for small businesses.
Right, exactly. Now, I'm jumping back to the expo a little bit. Did you set it up that there's more than one vendor in a particular industry, or did that not matter?
It really doesn't matter because I think that each vendor has their own niche. So we have, I think, a few people from the home health type of space, as well as we have a couple of on-site chair massage people, but one is from more of a wellness center, and the other one is, a chiropractor. So and then we have some great demos. We have Chef Nicole from T-Bones. And we have a representative from Hannaford doing a food demo as well. And we have some other vendors doing some informal presentations at their booths, too.
Are the... oh, that's okay. I'm getting distracted. Sorry. Yeah, I think so. I got distracted by all these... I think, well, we'll pick up and you'll have to do an edit there. You'll have to do an edit with there. I was concerned she was going to walk right through, and that happens occasionally.
Sure, no, you have a nice flow to how you run these.
Is that good? Is there anything else that you would like to cover that maybe we didn't mention? I mean, about the expo and the vendors here?
Well, I think it's important for people to know the different value that the Chamber brings to the community with the different small to medium-sized businesses that join it, because we're here to help the community, let them know they have these very close by, great local resources that are trying to give back and make sure that the community knows about them. So health is more important today, it seems, than it ever was before with the changing healthcare world. So finding out what you can do to keep yourself healthy, and even before hopefully not going into the healthcare system and trying to stay out of it. But if you do, there are people here to help you understand their services that they offer.
That's wonderful. What a great way to end. Thank you. I have a familiar face here, Stacy Bruzzese with Greater Derry, Londonderry Chamber of Commerce. And of course, Stacy's going to be able to tell us who some of the sponsors are for this event and what her expected attendance is today.
Thank you, Suzanne. This is our second time doing this event, so we learned a lot last year and came back in a bigger venue, as you can see, in coordination with the blood drive, so we're really excited about that. And vendors were able to get excited about the prospect of a bigger, better event. As a result, we do have 4 supporting sponsors. Parkland Medical Center, Center for Life Management, the Girard at Large Morning Show helped us with a lot of publicity ahead of time, and Walgreens, who's here as one of our vendors today too. Yeah. So we are expecting a great attendance, a lot of foot traffic. Early on, we're expecting to get some of the stay-at-home moms and the seniors and those folks who like to come out in the afternoon, and more towards the evening after work. We'll start to get the corporate crowd shuffling through.
So you have quite a variety of vendors here then, if you're trying to reach all the different ages.
We really do, yes. We have a host of different vendors, many of them providing free screenings, and definitely wellness advice. There's some groups here talking about teen driving safety. We have the crash simulator here. So that's good for parents of teens and teens themselves to have that experience. We have Snoopy, who will be arriving later for the young kids, doing some fingerprinting and helping with just the whole safety, personal safety stuff. And then we have Chef Nicole, who will be cooking for us at 3 and giving samples. So it's really something for everyone.
Okay.
That's okay.
It's happened twice now.
It shows how many people we have here milling about.
That's true. You're right. So how many vendors do you have here today?
We have 48 vendors here today.
And so how much larger is it this year than last year?
It's much larger. Last year was about 26 or 27 vendors. So yeah, we've added about 20 new vendors, much larger location. Easy to get to right here on 28 in Derry.
Are these all chamber members, or are they mostly local businesses?
Most of them, looking around the room, are chamber members. Yeah, I think there's only a handful, maybe 1 or 2 that are not.
Well, you've done a great job getting so many businesses on board that there aren't many left.
Yeah, well, there's still plenty. There's still plenty we would welcome to be members, yeah.
Do you want to mention any of the upcoming events that you may have?
This is our last big event until the fall, big event, until our golf tournament in September. But of course, throughout the summer, we'll continue with our monthly business after hours. We still have our morning coffee events monthly. We have professional development seminars monthly. I encourage anyone, any business owner, or anyone who might have interest in what the Chamber's doing to visit our website and check gdlchamber.org. So we have an event calendar there. It's updated weekly with new things that are coming up. And we always welcome non-members to participate in our events. So we're happy to have them.
That's nice. And for people to remember, business still goes on during the summer. I know finally we're getting some nice weather, but we still need to carry on our businesses.
Yes, we do. We need to work daily. So I'm told.
Well, these events have become such a fun social event, along with the great networking opportunities, and just to be educated. A lot of the workshops and seminars and the lunch and networking groups you have, those are really valuable to any business, and they're fun, so it doesn't really seem like hard work.
Exactly. We try to keep them fun, especially in the summer. We get a little more lighthearted about it, but there's still business to be done. Like you said, I mean, it's absolutely essential that businesses don't stop and shut their doors because it takes too long to get back where you need to be in the fall. You know what I mean? But absolutely. So I encourage people to go to the calendar on our website and do plan accordingly.
Great. I'm really looking forward to visiting with a lot of the vendors here.
Yes, I hope you have some great conversations. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Stacy.
I do appreciate it.
Hi, this is Lori Oda, with Community Relations Coordinator with CLM. Lori, is this the first year you participate in this expo?
No, we've participated in this expo before, and actually the Center for Life Management is one of the sponsors of this year's event. So it obviously has a lot to do with our mission, health and wellness. So we think it's a great opportunity to participate.
Do you want to tell the community viewers a little bit about CLM?
Sure. The Center for Life Management is a nonprofit community mental health center, and our main office is located on 10 Sinead Road right here in Derry. And the organization has been serving the community for over 45 years.
I was wondering how many years. I didn't realize it was that many years.
A couple of years ago we had our 45th anniversary, and we provide mental health services, substance abuse treatment, serve all ages. So we see a lot of kids through the children's program, children and teens, work a lot with families, adults, seniors, so pretty much every age bracket, yeah.
And you have multiple offices, is that right?
We do. We have our office here in Derry, then we also have an office on Stiles Road in Salem, and we also have an office that's located in Hampstead.
Do you have a website address that you'd like to give people?
We do. We have a lot of information on our website, and it's www.centerforlifemanagement.org.
Great. Thank you today. This is Sue Setner with Community Alliance for Teen Safety. Sue, how many years have you participated in this event?
Actually, this is the first year for us, and we're really thrilled to be here. It's obviously lots of people from the community, so we're very happy to have the opportunity to put out some of our materials and talk with folks about some of the issues that we feel are important, safety and wellness issues. So we're thrilled to be here for the first time.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about Community Alliance for Teen Safety, which is known as CATS?
Thank you. Yes, CATS was founded in 1996, and it was when Derry lost as a result of car crashes. And after some exploration by community, who of course, were quite alarmed at this loss of life, it was discovered that these young drivers were new drivers and they weren't wearing their seat belts. So that really began a grassroots effort to look at how to keep teens safe, how to encourage them to wear their seatbelts. CATS and a number of other people advocated to get the then seatbelt law, which was up to age 12, up to age 18 as a mandatory law. So that was really the beginning, and then we've kind of expanded from there to look at other issues that affect the health and safety and well-being of youth and families, substance misuse, bullying, suicide prevention, that sort of thing.
I was going to say it really is so much broader than just seatbelt safety now. And do you work with some of the teens in the area?
Yes, right now we have an active middle school group. It's a club that meets a couple times a month. They're from Hood Middle School. And so they're very, very interested in trying to encourage their peers to make safe choices. We often work with high school youth around different safety projects. So we encourage any youth who have an interest to get in touch with us because we're thrilled. They're very creative, they're very passionate about issues, and they really have the answers, and we try to be a support for them and provide resources.
I think it's so much easier sometimes for peers to hear it from their friends about maybe you shouldn't be doing that, or to remind them to buckle up when they get in a car to drive, instead of always hearing it from the adults in their lives. Somehow it's a little bit easier when it's coming from a peer. So it's wonderful that you're working with these groups in the community the teens at Hood and at Pinkerton. Do you want to give your website address for people that may want to get more information about what you do, or if there are any teens that are interested in volunteering and getting some community service hours in?
Thank you, Suzanne. Yes, our website is catsnh.org, so it's catsnh.org. We welcome anyone to call us. We're right here in Derry. Our office number is 434-5251. Anyone that has an idea or concern and interest, we're happy to, talk with them and see if we can support whatever that might be or explore it further. So, thank you.
You're doing a lot of wonderful things in the community, so it's wonderful to have you here today. This is Nick Delatour. Nick is very involved in the young professional group at the Chamber of Commerce. Nick, do you want to tell us a little bit about that group?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Derry Londonderry Young Professional Group that we've recently started in town about 6 months ago is really a vehicle that we're trying to use from the Chamber standpoint on bringing younger people who are new in their careers or just entrepreneurial in nature to a community like Derry and Londonderry and really showcase what it has to offer. A lot of people look at the community and say that it's just a bedroom community and everybody lives somewhere else, but there's a lot of growth potential here in town, and it matters a lot to me to showcase that.
How many members are in that group?
So we have social events every month, and every month we bring somewhere between 50 and 60 people out.
Wow, that's wonderful. And are those a lot of young professionals that are, do you find a lot of them have their own business, or are they employed by others?
So I think it's a really good mix of both. There's a lot that have their own business, whether it's something that they just got out of college and they're trying to start and get up off the ground. It's some new grand idea that they feel has a place in the market. And people like myself who do work for larger companies, but at the end of the day, it's our own business.
Right. Well, it's great that the Chamber has so many opportunities to help those people that are starting a new business, or like you, that this has become your business, to network and opportunities to help grow. So it's a very valuable group. I was really excited to see that formed. So tell me a little bit about Liberty Mutual.
So Liberty Mutual Insurance is one of the largest insurance companies in the United States. I've been employed by them for a little bit over a year now. Insurance kind of struck me as something that I found intriguing, as far as, you're selling a product that people actually need. It's not something that they generally like to talk about, but it's something that they need. And, I really value the relationship that I'm able to create with my clients. Liberty Mutual, has a very local presence. We recently did close our Londonderry branch and we moved it to Salem. But like you'd stated earlier, I'm always out and about in Derry and the Londonderry area, because to me it matters more, being a face in a community as opposed to a voice on a phone. Exactly.
Tell me, is it car, home, health? Does it run the whole gamut?
So we do car, auto. Oh, yeah, they're the same thing. Right?
They are, but that's a vehicle.
Vehicle insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance, and annuities.
Okay, so it is quite a bit.
Everything but health.
I wouldn't want to get into health right now in this the state of things.
No, thankfully I don't have to worry about it.
Well, thank you, Nick, for spending a few minutes talking about the Young Professional Group and the business that you're involved in, Liberty Mutual.
Thanks.
This is Nicole Gore with Well Sense. Nicole, tell me, is this your first year here?
It is, yes.
And what is Well Sense?
Well Sense is one of the new managed care organizations for Medicaid in New Hampshire.
Okay, tell me a little bit more about what it is that you do for them.
So I do community outreach. So we outreach to the community. We go to events and we try to make connections and have relationships with the community.
So your expectation being at this wellness fair today is to reach a certain number of people, or a certain audience?
We just like to reach as many people as we can and talk to them and introduce ourselves so we can become familiar with the community.
And so do you have an office here locally, or is it something that...
Yes, we do. We're located in Manchester, New Hampshire.
And would someone come into your office to find out about the health plan that you offer or to understand it better? Or
They could come into the office or they can call. They can also go onto our website, www.wellsense.org, and they can learn about us on there.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you for providing that for us.
Thank you.
This is Nicole Seavey of Vanguard Dental. Nicole, is Vanguard Dental a local office?
Yes, we are actually located here in Derry, New Hampshire. We have a brand new practice that is right in front of the Walmart over heading towards Manchester.
I think I did just see that. That's right.
Yeah, it's great. We have a brand new practice. It's very progressive, very accommodating to patients, and we pride ourselves on having the most state-of-the-art technology and giving our patients the best quality care.
And is that mostly for like teeth cleaning, the dreaded root canals and things like that, and not more the orthodontic care?
Currently, we actually will also work on children as well. We have a pediatric dentist that comes in, Dr. Andrew Chaffetz, and then we also have a periodontist that comes in as well. His name is Dr. Tony Quinta. So we do implants, we do our root canals and bridges, and we actually have CERAC crown technology where we can make crowns in the office so patients don't have to leave and come back for another appointment to get their crown delivered.
Really?
Yeah.
So all in the same day?
On the same day, about an hour and a half. Yeah, it's great.
And are those crowns as strong as ones that, years ago they would ship out and take 2 weeks to make?
They are actually. Our patients love the CERAC crowns and they last them many, many years. Yes, it's one solid piece of porcelain and we mill it in our office, cement it the same day, and they're happy and ready to go.
Wow, that's wonderful. Well, welcome to the community.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much.
Kathy Toohey here is going to tell us a little bit about Colonial Poplin and what is that?
Colonial Poplin is located in Fremont, New Hampshire, and we do a 26 skilled bed unit that for short-term rehab. So we provide physical therapy, occupational, and speech therapy for residents that are in the hospital, can't go back home, but need skilled services to return back home. So that's what we do. And at Colonial Poplin, we also have an independent assisted living and also dementia assisted living.
So how old is the business?
Business started, it's owned by two brothers, Jeff and Justin Philbrook, but it was really started by their mother, Karen, and that's why our dimension is called Karen's Place. And she started in 1983. So then her boys took it over it's owned by a family.
And where is it located in Fremont?
It's right on the main street of Fremont, just a quaint little town that's right across with a fire hydrant and the police station at Ellis School, so it's right next door.
And near Fremont Pizzeria?
Right across the street.
Yes, I know where it is now. I love that place.
Yes, and that's how they know us.
Okay, I didn't realize that was the name of the business there. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you so much.
This is Tina Paquin with Community Crossroads. Tina, tell us a little bit about what Community Crossroads does.
We're an agency located in Atkinson, and we support folks with developmental disabilities, and we support folks with traumatic brain injury and acquired brain disorders. And our newest program is my program. It's called Choices for Independence, and what we do is we provide and set up case management services to set up the home-based services to keep adults with chronic illness in their homes as long as possible. So we serve this multiple area, all the 11 border towns, and my program runs up in through Manchester and a little bit east and west. So we're expanding and growing, and certainly a community resource for all.
It sounds like a very personal and individualized program, I guess.
Very much so. Every service, whether it be the developmental service, the brain injury services, or the Choices for Independence service, it's all person-centered and focused. We really try to honor what their wishes are and provide them with community opportunities everywhere we can.
You didn't mention, is it all adults?
No, all the services we do serve folks from birth right through their elder years. Each depending on the age group, depends on which service you'd fall into. But we do definitely support folks across the spectrum.
Wonderful. And you're happy with the attendance here today?
Very happy. This is a very successful event.
I was surprised how many people were here before it even opened.
I know, yes. I think partnering with the blood drive this year was really a great idea, and certainly made this very successful.
We'll make our way over to the blood drive in a little bit. Yes. And it's Cruise Planners, American Cruise Planners?
The name of our franchise is My Travel Empire. We're independently owned franchise, my wife and I, and we've been in business for almost a year.
So tell me your name first.
Joe St. Pierre.
Okay.
Thank you. And we do a little bit more than just cruises. We do everything that you can imagine encompassing travel.
So land travel too.
Land travel, resorts all over the world, airfare, hotels, and cruises, basically.
Where are you located?
I have the privilege, I work from home. My office is at home, so thusly keeping costs low for my customers. But we're located in Derry.
So how are you reaching people? I know online, but coming to events like this?
Networking is very big for us, and referrals, obviously. But we get most of our customers through social media and our website, and obviously networking.
Right. So an event like this is wonderful to get that exposure.
Yep.
Well, I hope you sell some cruises today.
Well, I've done very well, thank you.
Good. The weather's finally getting a little nicer here. No one wants to come to New England in the winter.
Everybody loves to travel, and we love to help them.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
This is Anthony Pasquarelli with Prime America. Anthony, is this the first year you're here?
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about what your business does.
Well, Primerica was founded in 1977 to help families get a better understanding of how money works so that they can make informed decisions about how they use their money. So originally we were the first buy term and invest the difference company. So what we were
What does that mean?
Well, we found that back in the 70s and 80s, people had bought a product called whole life insurance.
Okay.
It was a bundled product.
Right.
And we just found that the investment side was too obtuse. You really didn't understand it. The insurance side was too expensive. So we found that when you put the two together, you're paying more money for less product.
Okay, so your company now.
Well, we do a lot of things, but our main focus has always been buy term and invest the difference. So that's buy term insurance. It's flat insurance. It just covers you if you die. If you live, you get nothing, okay? And then you invest the difference. Save it in an investment. Use the economy just like the insurance companies do with all the money they get. And you save it for yourself. And you will always do better in us two separate than you will putting them together.
So it's like having term life insurance and a little bit of financial planning?
Yes, exactly. So ultimately, it's an education. We want to teach people how money works so that they can make the better decision. It's up to them, though. They decide what they want to do. So.
Give me your website so we can put that on.
It's primerica.com with a / AJ Pasquarelli.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Eveline Barcombe with Easter Seals. Tell us a little bit about Easter Seals.
Well, I work in the Senior Services Division, which is caring companions, and we help seniors stay in their home as long as possible through non-medical services, like maybe a little bit of light housekeeping, laundry, maybe post-surgical if they need a little help getting dressed or showering. So we do all of those things so that they don't have to go into a facility.
Is Easter Seal, it's a national program, right?
It is. I work for Easter Seals New Hampshire. We're the largest Easter Seals organization, and we have 5 states. But Easter Seals NH is the largest. We have about 90 different programs and a little over 2,000 employees.
And does insurance recognize Easter Seals services as something that would be covered?
No, we were taking long-term care insurance, but we found that the companies weren't paying. So now we take private pay, and the person can go back to their own company and get reimbursed. Or we also take Medicaid CFI, and we take VA benefits.
Okay, so there's some compensation for those services. That's wonderful that you really try to support a quality of life for people.
Yes, and give them that independence that they have worked so hard to keep.
After so many years of work, right? Thank you so much, Eveline. Hi, this is Susan Funk. Susan, tell me a little bit. First, tell me the name of your company.
We are Interventional Spine Medicine, and we are a pain management practice in Plastow, and we treat chronic and acute back, neck pain conditions, anywhere from disc disease to arthritis type symptoms, shingles, things like that.
And what is the client range in age? Do you treat young children too?
Not many young children, more 16 and above.
Okay, so some could be there as a result of an accident, others some degenerative disease or something.
Car accidents, people who've played hard all their life and now are paying for it now, workers' comp injuries, and a lot of elderly people who have.
And those are more for, is it just back pain, or is it if someone has pain in their knee from arthritis or an accident, do you also treat that?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, not just back. I know our name kind of...
The name of the company and the logo design that you have makes me think that it's all just for the spine, but...
A lot of other aspects of pain.
So is this your first year here at the Expo?
Here, yes. It is our first year here.
And are you pleased with how many people have come by?
I am. It's a lot of people have come by, and there's a lot of people here, so it's a really good outcome.
It's a great opportunity for you to educate people on what your company does. And are you one of the few companies in the Greater Derry area that does pain management?
Yeah, I don't think there are too many in this area that do. There's a few that I do know of, a lot toward the Mass area, so I think we're probably one of the few up in this area.
I haven't heard of any other ones, that's why I was asking. Great, well, good luck today with all the people that you reach.
Thank you, good to meet you.
This is Pam Muldoon with All Is Possible Coaching. And tell me, Pam, what ages do you coach?
Actually, I coach children, teens, adults, women's groups, so all ages.
Everybody.
Everybody, yes.
So this is a great opportunity for you to reach a wide range of clientele here at this show.
Yes, it does, because what happens is some of the things that happen or a situation that you think might be going on in your life can also run into family or career decisions that need to be made. So it really taps into all ages and all situations.
I think when we are going through some difficult times, we have no idea how many people we are affecting. So it's wonderful that you reach all ages.
Change is one of the biggest items that I deal with, and sometimes people are surprised the decisions they make, and it's nice to have a sounding board. And sometimes families, they're listening, but they're not really hearing the message. So I'm a great sounding board, and one of my workshops is how to listen.
Good. So you do some workshops on a regular basis?
Yes, I do. My summer ones are out now, and I also have started coaching from the couch, and that's little groups together at home, so that if some ladies want to get together, or some people getting married want to get together and learn how to listen, or their true colors assessments, or how to deal with some things that may happen before the wedding, so it's all fun. I work with individuals, groups, large groups.
That's great. So you actually have workshops that people can come to, but you also can go into their homes or a place of business and do coaching there.
That's right. And I work with a lot of businesses on the True Colors assessment. It's like Myers-Briggs, but much more fun, and is a great communication tool.
Give me your website so people can visit and find out about the workshops. And
it's coachpk@gmail.com. Great.
Thank you. This is Diane Sweeney with Walgreens. Walgreens is one of the major sponsors of this event. Thank you for sponsoring this event, Diane.
Thank you for having us. It's a wonderful experience to see the community out, and seeing all the vendors from the local community is a great experience.
What made you decide to step up as a sponsor for this event?
It's great to get out into the community, see what the community needs, and get their feedback of how everything is going and what they want, and it's a really good interaction with the customers.
Well, Walgreens offers so much and almost everything. Yeah. So did you get any requests on what they would like to see at Walgreens?
Oh, it's just everything the usual: immunizations, health testing, pricings of medications. It's the works. It's all of it.
Well, you've had a lot of people by today, I'm sure. And
yes, it's been a great turnout. Great turnout.
Are you a chamber member also?
No, unfortunately, I'm just a pharmacy manager, but that's perfectly fine.
I wasn't sure if Walgreens was a member of the chamber. I know there's a lot.
We do.
You are?
Yes, we are. We are, definitely. Yeah, we have Mr. Ken Condrat. He's on the Chamber of Commerce, and also my store manager, Linda Patachowski. She's also on the chamber too.
Oh, good. So they are very, very involved. And as a sponsor, that's important. So what did you bring here today for people to see?
Well, the main thing that we just recently started doing is a talking pill reminder, and it's a little device that it's attached to prescription vials for patients that are visually impaired. And it's a recording that says the medication, the dosing, and it's an alarm. So it sets it for them so they don't need to see the label. All they hear is the recording on the device.
So the device actually tells them what they're to take out of that bottle.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And it's like an alarm, their time interval, like one every 4 hours, one every 6. And we set it up for them along with their prescription when they pick it up.
Okay. So when they hear it going off, they make their way to the bottle. Wow.
They just open it up so they know it's the time to take their medicine.
What a great invention.
It is. It's a great thing for people that are visually impaired, yes.
Is Walgreens one of the only pharmacies that do that?
As far as I know, yes, we're the only one right now.
That's very great. That's wonderful.
It's a great thing, a great new technology. Great company, always up to date with the technologies. It's wonderful.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
I have Kelly and Lori here of Southern New Hampshire Internal Medicine, which I know is a local practice here in Derry. But maybe, Kelly, you can tell us a little bit more about the practice.
Sure. We have actually 2 offices. We just opened our last year in Windham as well. And we've added a few providers. We have internal medicine, rheumatology, and infectious disease within our practice. We're growing leaps and bounds. We've added a few nurse practitioners and PAs.
I also know you have a nurse or a dietitian that you work closely with too.
Yes, we do a lot on diabetes, a lot on diabetic education, and Lori does our medical home, which talks a lot or educates patients on diabetes.
So are you strictly with diabetes education?
Not strictly. We are targeting our hypertension and COPD patients as well, but we found that there was a large need for education with our diabetics.
So as a patient of Southern New Hampshire Internal Medicine, are there workshops or do you educate on a more personal level?
We educate on a more personal level through phone calls and outreach letters and calls to our patients, as well as we have a lot of great materials that we're supplied with.
Nutrition services is one of the big, one of our expansion programs. So we bring patients in, really educate them, partner with them about their disease process and try to improve their health.
Now, you mentioned that you have one of your physicians coming here as a speaker today?
Yes, Dr. Andrea Schneebaum. She's a rheumatologist that's been with us for many years, and she's going to come and speak on osteoporosis and other rheumatological disorders.
So will that be going on here in this room?
Yes, at 5 p.m. she's going to speak here from the table, 5 to 5:15ish.
From the table. I think it's going to be so crowded.
I hope so.
That's the key, right? Thank you, ladies, so much for taking the time. This is Deanna Graham with YMCA. Deanna, it's great to see some other businesses here that cater to a younger crowd. Most people think the health fairs are more of the elderly or the senior members of our population. So tell me a little bit about some of the programs that you offer and the ages that you serve.
Wonderful. So we have a lot of preschool sports, mainly 3 to 6-year-olds is a great range that we really have a lot of programs for, but we also have programs for seniors, and then we also have group fitness classes, and we're about to open up our pool, so swim lessons and summer camp, and we offer childcare at the schools, so we've got a lot going on at the Y.
So you do offer programs for all ages?
Yes, a broad range of ages, and we're looking to add more into the 7 to 12-year-old range. So,
and you must have some summer camps coming up.
Definitely, yes. We have summer camps starting in June, and the end of June all the way through the end of the summer. So,
do you want to give me your website so anyone who may be interested in looking at those camps? That I'm assuming they were posted.
Yes, you can go to www.graniteymca.org.
And that's located in Londonderry, right?
Yes, right in Londonderry, right off exit 5.
It's a convenient location.
Yes.
Thank you, Deanna.
Thank you.
This is Stephanie Micklin of Salem Haven. Stephanie, tell me a little bit about what Salem Haven is.
Well, Salem Haven actually was just listed in U.S. World News Report as one of the top 10 nursing homes in the country.
Wow. Okay, so it's a nursing home in Salem?
In Salem, right on Geramonte Drive across from the high school, between the Boys Club and the Town Hall. We've been there 36 years, and we have 110 beds, and 16 of those are in our short-term rehab. And that is being all renovated, and in addition with a state-of-the-art gym. It's going to be wonderful.
Wow. And you get that wonderful award in rating.
It is.
And you're still doing some, it sounds like, construction work there.
We are. With Salem Haven, since its conception, it always gets better and better and better. And we have wonderful residents, and I have my room all picked out.
So what makes it so unique that it got that rating and it just stands out from all the others?
One of the things, of course, is that we're a nonprofit. And we are community-based. We were built by the community, and a lot of the organizations in town still feel a real close connection to Salem Haven. So, for example, all the veterans groups and the fraternal organizations are all still very involved. So we have activities 7 days a week and 7 nights a week. And a lot of that is because all these groups are so supportive, and they will say, you know, yes, we're glad to pay for that entertainer.
Oh, that's great.
They're party animals at Salem Haven.
I think there's a sense of ownership, maybe.
Well, it's a real home-like environment. The food is great. Teflon chef, we call him, Gary Madigan, has been there for 35 years. And he says, I make comfort food.
And that's important. That's absolutely.
So if you'd like to come down and have a tour, I'd love to show the place off. And you can just call me at 603-893-5586. It's Stephanie Micklin at Salem Haven.
Wonderful. You know the routine. Great.
Thank you.
This is Irene Gordon with Coppola. Coppola is a physical therapy business, is that right?
Yes, we have 6 clinics now, and the 6th clinic in Derry actually has occupational therapy as well.
Oh, okay. So you're physical, occupational, so you're reaching a lot of different needs of the community.
Absolutely. We specialize in a technique called trigger point dry needling, where we put an acupuncture type needle into a muscle spasm, and it causes a twitch response, and it releases that chemical buildup in the muscle, and it reduces the treatment time between 5 to 6 visits. So you don't spend months and months in physical therapy.
So such a hard road to go down, which I've been myself.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, people want to get in and out. They don't want to sit and get treated for months and months, and we don't want that either.
Is this something new?
Yes, it's been around for many years, but we actually were the first to bring it to New Hampshire in '05. And now all of our clinics, we have people certified in it, and we brought it to Derry as well.
Wonderful. It sounds like an option to consider, I guess, if someone is looking at physical therapy.
Absolutely, and if they're looking for something that you can actually see results from the first time you come and visit us. So it really does make a great impact.
Does insurance recognize that?
Yes, absolutely. We actually carry all of insurances and Medicare and Medicaid, which sometimes is hard to get.
Make sure you give us your website then.
Sure, www.coppolaphysicaltherapy.com.
So I also understand you're a new chamber member.
Yes, last week we just had our open house and our ribbon cutting ceremony on Friday.
So you've only been a member for a week, but here you are at their expo.
Yes, absolutely. They opened up, the vendors were all taken, but they opened up their booth so I can come and be part of it.
Wonderful. It's a great chamber, so I think you'll be happy that you've joined.
They've already welcomed me, and it's only been a week, so I'm very pleased.
I wish you a lot of luck, and you may see me there. I'm a runner, so.
Yes, absolutely.
Injury after injury.
But I'd be delighted to treat you.
Thank you. Hi, this is Chef Nicole and Steve with T-Bones and the Copper Door and all the other restaurants associated with that, and Cactus Jack's. All of them, excellent food. I've eaten at all of them. They're delicious. But tell me what you are doing here at a Health and Wellness Expo.
Sure thing. Today we decided, with the idea of health in mind, we wanted to feature a really cool item that's actually in our salad section on our T-Bones menus. There's 5 different locations: Salem, Hudson, Bedford, Derry, and Laconia. And so what it is, some nice grilled chicken, sesame oil, our house oriental sauce that of course we make from scratch. We saute the chicken with the sesame oil, toast up the almonds, serve it on bib lettuce, which is the hydroponic grown lettuce, really soft, kind of buttery lettuce. That's called Boston bib or butter lettuce. Okay. So we serve the lettuce with the chicken and the almond mixture. Then we top it with some crunchy Asian chow mein noodles, some fresh shredded carrot, and some scallions. And it's just it's super flavorful, but nice and light. Doesn't, feel heavy. So yeah, it's really good. Low in carbs,
It sounds perfect, especially this time of day in the afternoon. Just a light snack, enough to carry you over. And it's very pleasing to the eye, and I'm sure it's even more pleasing to the taste.
Yeah, you can smell that sesame oil smells so good. It's such a pungent smell, and it's a very recognizable smell. So yeah,
the sesame oil and the scallions or the spring onions.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Really good. Well, it's wonderful to have a vendor like you here, or as a guest, I guess, doing a demonstration. A real treat for a wellness and health expo. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
This is John Oathausen of Promises to Keep, who is hosting this event. John, I know there's a lot of other events that go on here at Promises to Keep. Do you want to tell us about some of those?
Well, it's mostly weddings, but we do showers, birthday parties, anniversaries. We do corporate events too. Like this would be considered somewhat of a corporate event, but anything like that.
And how many tables can you usually fit in a room this size?
Well, this room holds about 225 guests if we need the dance floor, and that's about 22 tables. So, yeah.
So for a business event, when we're working with more like the 4x8 tables?
Well, I know this one has 46-foot tables, so it's and that's pretty much maxed out, but. Yeah.
It's a great location. It's just off 28, and it's so convenient, and it's such an attractive building, and the rooms are wonderful for events like this.
Thank you.
And I've also been to some weddings here, so I know it works great for that too.
Okay.
Thank you for being the host for this event for the Chamber.
It's a pleasure. You're welcome. Thank you.
I have Michelle here of Parkland Medical Center, who is also one of the major sponsors of this event. Michelle is a clinical dietitian. Michelle, can you tell us a little bit about what you brought here on the table to show the attendees?
Yeah, absolutely. So we just have a display that illustrates a lot of different areas that are important in healthy eating. We've got here the My Plate format, which has sort of replaced the old food guide pyramids and the strategies of trying to help people to eat more healthfully, because it's a little bit more intuitive, looking at how you eat on an individual meal basis and how we might split it up more healthfully. And in addition, we've also got some other food models that just illustrate the different kinds of foods as well as the fat content that we might find, because sometimes people are a little bit surprised to see that.
I'm looking at those.
I know, the quarter pounder with cheese, of course you got 2 whole tubes full of fat there. And then also by comparison, just to see the same portion sizes of something compared to like the tenderloin there, where you've got close to 9 grams of fat versus the fish, which has hardly anything. And then also, of course, we've got some other portion sizes here. The soda is always a big eye opener for people because there's 10 teaspoons of sugar in there, so it fills up these 3 test tubes. And that can be really alarming for folks sometimes.
Definitely. I love how visual your display is. I mean, it puts it in very realistic.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what to say. I'm just, the vision is not pleasing.
I know. And also the portion sizes too. Sometimes people are a little bit surprised, and it doesn't mean that's all you can have, but it just kind of helps us to be more aware of it, because these days our portions have really exploded on everywhere you go.
I agree. You go to a restaurant, and if you just get this size serving, you feel like, oh, I really haven't gotten my money's worth. Yeah. We're so used to those supersized portions.
It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for bringing reality back for me. I'll have a much smaller dinner tonight. And it won't be a cheeseburger.
All things in moderation, right?
That's true. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. Take care.
I have another Michelle here from Parkland. Michelle actually is doing some blood pressure screenings today, and she's going to check to see how stressful my job is, to see what my blood pressure is. So here we go. So what is the first thing that you do, Michelle?
When I check a blood pressure, well, first I introduce myself and tell the patient not to worry, that everything's going to be fine. Then we just put the blood pressure cuff on, like this. So, and then I get my stethoscope, and we'll just put it right here, and I'll pump up the cuff and slowly let it down, and then I'll give you the number afterwards, okay?
This is very painless, and I know it's supposed to be.
A lot of people get nervous, though. White coat syndrome when they have their blood pressure taken. So, think happy thoughts. Wonderful. It's 120/60.
So explain to me what 120/60 is.
120/60 is the normal that you would like to have is like 120 to 140 on the top number. That's your systolic blood pressure number.
It's within the range that it should be.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
So I can keep my job. Well, there we go. This is Connie Camilleri of Greater Hampstead Family Medicine. Connie, tell me a little bit. It's a joint practice with your husband. He's with the Family Medicine, but you have a Bella May Med Spa. So here today, you're representing
both.
Both. Oh.
Yeah, Bella May Med Spa here, as well as Greater Hampstead Family Medicine. My husband is Dr. Thomas Camilleri.
And tell me what's really special about him and some of the services he provides.
I think, I know it's kind of biased because I'm his wife, but working with many physicians from here to, from Ohio, I work with him directly now, so we've been doing that for the last 20 years. You have to be special to be able to work with your wife, who's type A. He's definitely not type A, so that's a good thing. But he's so calm, and he takes each patient and one by one. It's not a mass fleet for the door when someone says, oh, and by the way, doc, I have something. He stops, turns around, and the session starts all over. We actually have a sign in our office that says, when it's your turn, he will take as long as with you as he has with someone else. He's just like that.
And I think that's very, very important for people to feel like they're special, and that if you have something that you didn't think of when you made that appointment, that it's still okay to talk about with the doctor, because there are some practices where you came in to have your foot looked at. I'm sorry, I can't talk about your knee. Where it's really, really nice that he takes the time to make them feel special, and it's a very personal.
Yeah, like his schedule's only till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but you can find him there till 6:30 at night every night. So.
And on the weekends, I know.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit more about Bella May Med Spa, which I have frequented, so I know how awesome your services are, how beautiful the practice is, where these flowers is just typical of going into your spa and the way it's decorated. I mean...
Well, we just finished repainting and redecorating one more time, and so everything's just put back in a different place. We are having Women's Night Out on Thursday.
This Thursday, like tomorrow?
Like tomorrow.
Ah, okay.
So it's quite a big event already. We've got quite a few people booked already to come in. We have Red Sox tickets that'll be raffled off tomorrow night. And anyone who comes in and makes any kind of purchase will be able to put their tickets in for, we have 5 baskets and 1 for the Red Sox. So we have an event like that every year, and we try to make it right before school gets out, so at least mom and dad maybe be able to go to a game by themselves.
And it's before Mother's Day, so it's just a special night for the ladies. So I'm so glad I talked to you. I will have to call some girlfriends and just come on down. Tell me about some of the services that you offer.
Well, we offer medical services because we are a medical practice, and people say, what is medical services? Medical services are anything that we would use a machine on, like resurfacing a face or tightening any of the skin around the eyes, on the face. We have machines that you can melt away fat with, providing you're not full of titanium like I am. You can use those machines on those people. We have Botox. We have all of the Allergan products, all of the fillers and freezers that you can possibly, any one woman could possibly want.
And in addition to that, you have the pedicures, the manicures, the facials, massages.
All of that too.
So it's a spa where you can get real professional treatments, and
all our products are medical grade, meaning that they have to be bought by a physician's license.
Okay.
So you can't just come in, buy something, slather it on, and hope it works. It's not the drugstore. You can't, go home and hope for the best. We have to monitor you while you're on that medication so that you're not getting too much sun, that you're not using it too much or using it too little, so that we're looking for an effect.
Right. I know you have a lot of repeat clients, so that just is a testimonial to how well you serve your clients and your husband serves your clients. So give me website addresses.
It's BELLEAIMEENH.com. Amy spelled with a AIMEE. And Greater Hampstead is GHFM.com.
That easy. Well, thank you, Connie, for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. This is Carol Sankoff of Curves of Londonderry. Carol, tell us a little bit about Curves and the program that you have there.
Curves is a 30-minute workout for women. It's strength training combined with cardiovascular. It's done on a circuit. We use hydraulic resistance. So at a traditional gym where you have to stack the weights and adjust everything, you don't at Curves. And you work two opposing muscle groups instead of like one. Like at traditional gym, you have to go do your triceps on one machine, your biceps on another machine. At Curves, you don't, so that's why we're only 30 minutes. And we have cardio in between. We have the new Jillian Michaels workout also. We have Zumba classes. We have a yoga girl that's coming in twice a week now.
So can you go as a member? Can you go at any time during the day and do the 30-minute, or it's like on the top of the hour?
No, you can. You can come in. I'm open every morning at 5:30 in the morning till 7 at night, Monday through Friday. Saturdays we're there from 8 to 12. So it works. You just come in whenever you can.
Do you monitor weight loss if someone has a goal in mind that they want to lose, say, 10 pounds?
Yeah, we weigh them each month to keep track of the results, keep them on track. We also have a Curves weight loss plan. It's like an online program. And you can pick and choose your meals. If you follow it, you lose weight. You meet with us once a week, and we, keep track of what you've been eating. We, set some new goals for you. If you didn't eat your snacks during the day, we monitor what you've been eating during the week.
So it's also sounds like a little bit of personal coaching too.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's a nice group of women.
How long has Curves been in business in general?
In general, I think it's been around for about 15 years, but I've been doing this going on 13 years.
Oh, really? That long? Okay. It's been a while since we've been around, huh?
I've been around.
Well, thank you, Carol, for spending a couple minutes with us today. I'm with Matthew Beckley of Beckley Family Chiropractic. Matthew is an awesome chiropractor. Tell me, how long have you been in business?
We've been in business since 2004, and it's my wife and I in the office. And
so you do some routine examinations initially. Kind of walk me through what a new patient would go.
Well, typically when new patients come into the office, we'll spend an hour with them on their initial visit, and we'll go through their exam and their history and any x-rays or anything like that. And then on subsequent visits, because usually if you go to the chiropractor, you do have to kind of go for, a series of visits to help improve the function of your spine. And so visits after that, we go through and we adjust them, and as their spine starts to function better, usually their symptoms decrease. And
Well, I said Matthew's an awesome chiropractor because he's my chiropractor. And what I really like about your practice is that you really work the muscles, do a lot of great stretches, even before you do any of the adjustments. So it's almost like a little mini massage and manipulation combined that really helps those adjustments a lot easier, I think, or more comfortable.
Yeah, the spine is part of a machine. It's not just the bones and the joints. The muscles are also a really important part of, the mechanism of your spine. So we feel it's important to do some stretching and sometimes some soft tissue work or massage, like you called it, to improve the function of the spine.
Tell me the ages that you serve.
Well, my wife specializes in pediatrics and maternity, and she's adjusted babies that are literally hours old. And my oldest patient in the office was 96. So
Wonderful.
We really adjust people throughout the course of their life.
And so some are from injuries, I imagine, and some are just more routine and wanting to keep healthy.
Yes, we see a lot of people after they've been involved in car accidents and or just activities of daily living, slips and falls, bad posture at the workstation, your desk and things like that. So,
well, give us your website so if anyone wants to check it out a little bit more.
Okay, my website is www.beckleyfamilychiropractic.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Suzanne.
No, you did well. Hi, this is Jen with Brownell Insurance, and of course Snoopy here, who is he the mascot for your company?
He is the mascot for MetLife.
For MetLife.
Insurance carriers, yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the services that you offer at Brownell.
We are a full-service insurance agency. We help people with homeowners, auto, umbrella, life insurance, health insurance, AFLAC.
And I also understand you do financial services too?
Yes. We help people with retirement planning, college planning.
Oh, even college planning. Okay. I wasn't thinking along those lines, but...
We help families find the right school for their child and afford to send their kids to school without rating their retirement.
So how does that process work? Walk me through the steps if I came in and said I have a student going off to college in 2 years.
We would help find the right school for your child to help avoid overpaying for school, maximize financial aid, and help keep your retirement intact.
So how do you find the right school?
We have what we call a student positioning funnel. We interview the child, figure out what they want to do, what their interests are, and help find the right thing for the family.
Well, that's interesting. I do have a child going off in 2 years. So I have been thinking and looking at colleges, and it's unbelievably expensive. So it's great that you offer that service, which I bet a lot of people don't know.
No, they don't. And they don't know that there's help out there. But kind of like having a CPA do your taxes. If they know all the rules, they're able to help you out.
Will you give us your website so if anyone is interested in any of the services you offer, they can visit it?
It's Brownell, BROWNELL, insurance.com.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Snoopy. MetLife. I didn't realize that you were the sponsor of MetLife. So this is great. And it's wonderful that you have a visible, recognizable character like this. In conjunction with the Health and Wellness Expo that the Chamber of Commerce is supporting today, they've also invited the American Red Cross Blood Services to have a blood drive here at Promises to Keep. So people who are attending the fair and vendors that are actually displaying some of their wares and services are coming here to the blood drive and donating blood. We know how important that is, so it's been great having them join services with the Chamber in this fair. This is Cindy Tanumi, Executive Director of Community Caregivers in Derry. She is also a member of the nonprofit committee at the Chamber of Commerce. Cindy, tell me a little bit about what some of those goals are for the nonprofit committee.
Sure. Well, I'd like to start by just saying that, when Stacy came on board, I think it was 2 Septembers ago, one of the first things she did was, have these active committee starts, all different types of the health and wellness fair that's hosting the event today, and then, many others, and one of them was a nonprofit committee, and it's comprised of both chamber members and non-chamber members, which is great. So when we were first meeting, it was really more just to get a scope of what our needs were and how the chamber could help us and how we could get more out of our membership. Last year we did a nonprofit fair over at the upper room, and this year, joined together with the health and wellness to have 9 of our representatives here. But really, it's our group. It's whatever we want out of it. So basically, I mean, the mission, if I can read the mission of the nonprofit committee, is to increase the visibility of local nonprofit entities while enhancing and strengthening their relationships with local businesses, as well as further building a sense of cooperative spirit within the nonprofit community itself. And it was so funny when we were working on this fair today, we were asked to submit all of our for-profit partners. And I don't know if Mike has shown them, but it took up 3 poster boards just between our 9 nonprofits of all the different business partners we have, whether they do, an individual donation or a corporate sponsorship. And so it's basically just highlighting that businesses need us. We are good for business. We're good for the economy. We're good for development. We're good for schools. We're good for youth.
Right. I think a lot of the businesses I have visited so far, a lot of those you have great relationships with. So you're right. I think it's wonderful to see a community where the nonprofits are working very closely with the local businesses and even the larger corporations in town like Parkland Medical Center, and just a joint effort to provide what is needed in the community.
Yeah, so hopefully down the line, for-profits will be able to reach out to chamber staff members to say whether they, anything from have office equipment. Do you know a nonprofit that could use it? I'd like to be on a board. Which one needs board members? I'd like to do a clothing drive or food drive. Who would you recommend? So hopefully, as our committee keeps on going forward, we'll be able to have it open up even more opportunities for us.
That's wonderful. How many groups are involved in the committee now?
10 or 12, I think, that attend. Yeah, it's a good group.
There's quite a few nonprofit groups in town.
Oh, yeah.
So that's nice. That's a good solid group, though.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, it's Derry might have 35,000 plus people, but it's a small town and you need to work together. So this is just one way we can do it. So
it's nice to work together like that and to have the support of the chamber. Bringing it all together.
Camaraderie, meeting once a month and talking about, grievances, aggravations, joys, resource sharing. Did you know? I mean, I think I told them a couple months ago. You can get, up to 200 bars of Lindt chocolate free per year. If you're, a nonprofit. I mean, a lot of people don't know that, Frito-Lay's, gives to charities all the time, and so it's just letting people know about different opportunities that are out there and making sure everybody else knows about it too.
Wonderful. So. It's a great way to work together.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Suzanne.
I hope you've learned a lot today about the many ways you can keep your mind, body, and financial matters in check with the vendors that we visited today at the Greater Derry Londonderry Chamber of Commerce Health and Wellness Expo here at Promises to Keep. Once again, my name is Suzanne Bernier Robinson. Thank you for watching Derry Community Television.